Hey everybody, good to see you. I decided to do a Thursday live stream. Why? Just because I wanted to. I think it would be in my best interest to do more live streams once in a while, just to stay connected with you guys and talk about different theories that I have and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's been a busy week for me. I do have to work one of my off days, so I just decided to do this. And a couple people in the comments of my other videos have requested more live streams. Thank you, DR, for that. It was a good idea, so I went ahead and did it. And if you guys don't see in the comments, we're talking about Battlefront 2 and different characters they missed their opportunities on and stuff like that. But this live stream is mostly about Cad Bane and his return. That's not strictly what it's about. You know, we always go off topic and derail. That's the fun part about live streams. I like it. I don't have to stick with a script or anything like that. We just keep going with it, and whatever happens, happens. Hey, F. Koyoki, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Allison, DR, Knut, good to see all of you. Thank you for joining. And I suppose Saturday, when I do my live stream, in the background, I will be playing DR's new video that I'm not going to tell you guys what it's about, but it comes out on Saturday, so I will be playing his video in the background and see what happens with that. So you may see me turn around to watch that and then turn back around to entertain you guys. And if you are new to the channel, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications to stay up to date on all my Star Wars content, and join us every Saturday for a live stream, and frankly whenever I feel like doing one. Usually it's Saturday at 11 Eastern time, US time. So join on in, join the group, become a fanatic, and that's what I'm calling myself because I am a Star Wars fanatic, as are most of my viewers, including DR. DR is a Star Wars fanatic as well. You're welcome, DR. Yeah, Coyote, I'd love to see Cad Bane in live action as well. I just don't want to see it in the book of Boba Fett. Maybe in the... I don't know. I'm thinking he's not going to live much longer. Boba Fett's going to have his duel, so to speak, the way we thought it should have went down a long time ago. Yeah, the OG Battlefront 2 DR is really fun. Yeah, so anyways, so with Cad Bane returning in last week's episode of The Bad Batch, I meant to do a video on that a while back, but I just didn't get around to it. I've been pretty busy. I wanted to jump away from The Bad Batch and Mandalorian stuff for a little bit. I did the Darth Vader video. It flopped, which is fine. I enjoyed making it, and some people enjoyed viewing it. It was more of a rant video about how the Inquisitors, for me, took away from what Darth Vader was as a child when I was growing up. Not so much from the Star Wars universe, but for me, the inclusion of the Inquisitors. I know they'd been in the EU stuff and Legends and all that, but I was hoping they'd leave them out, because the way I felt about Darth Vader was he was the downfall of the Jedi. The Empire helped, but I know the quote says that he helped the Empire, but without him, it wouldn't have happened. So, yeah. Hey, Papa Mike, good to see you. Yeah. So that was my rant. I do like the Inquisitors, don't get me wrong, and I love Star Wars Rebels, other than the Aladdin kid from the first season or two. I couldn't stand him right off the bat, and then, like Ahsoka, he grew on me, and he was a pretty good character. Kanan, he was an okay character. He just seemed too stiff to me for some reason. Anyways, I got off topic. See? Told you. We side rail. Hey, Rodney Hester. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so anyways, I think Cad Bane's duel with Hunter was more of a precursor to what's going to happen with him and Boba Fett. Remember the unfinished arc of him and Boba Fett, where Boba Fett kills him, or it seems like he kills him, and he gets the famous dent in his helmet. The the Bad Batch would be the perfect time to do that. It would put Boba Fett around the age that he would be to wear the armor, right around 13 years old. As we saw in the unfinished arc of the Clone Wars with Boba Fett wearing the armor, he was about 13 years old, so that would have put it right around the end of the Clone Wars, which the Bad Batch is. It's right after the Clone Wars, or the end of the Clone Wars. So I think that's going to happen. That's my own theory. Don't get disappointed if it doesn't. Don't say, hey, Star Wars Fanatic said he's got inside people and that's what's going to happen. Because I don't have inside people. I don't claim to have inside people. I don't want to have inside people just yet. Unless they hire me to write for them, then I'll have inside people. And I'll probably have to be tight-lipped as well. Notifications don't work for you, Allison? I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe you have them turned off on your phone. If you're using your phone, if you're using your cell phone. Because sometimes I wasn't getting notifications as well, and I went into my phone settings, and that's where I had the notifications turned off. I do keep notifications on for everybody I subscribe to. I don't watch every video they put out, but I do pick and choose and go through them and see which ones interest me, and I watch them. Usually I'll watch Star Wars Meg or Star Wars Coffee, or please forgive my sounding politically incorrect. There's another guy out there that I've been watching a little bit more of called a Black Jedi. I like that guy a lot. It doesn't work on your channel. Huh. That's weird. Yes, Cad Bane does have to die in the Bad Batch. He has to go. Hey, Panther de Noir, good to see you. Thank you. You didn't get notified either, huh? And August Bro, good to see you. Cad Bane return means he definitely got to be in the Book of Boba Fett. Just makes sense. I don't know, because when we see Boba Fett in The Empire Strikes Back, everything we've read, everything we've heard is that at this time Boba Fett is the top bounty hunter in the galaxy. And if Cad Bane's around, that's not so much. I mean, yes, he is better than Cad Bane. We see it in the unfinished arc. And we hear about it in The Empire Strikes Back and all that, so maybe Cad Bane isn't the best, but Cad Bane is definitely a rival during that time, and I don't think Boba Fett has many rivals at all during the original trilogy. Yeah, Black Jedi is cool, DR. Do I think Cad Bane's going to die, August, bro? I do. I think Cad Bane's going to die. That's what happened in the unfinished arc. I'd hate to see him do exactly that, the same unfinished arc, but finished. I'd hate to see him do that. I hope they do change it up just a little bit, because, I mean, we've been watching that for what, since 2014 or 2015? It's watched over and over and over. I mean, it's like listening to Falco Rock Me Amadeus. Nobody does anymore because that song is old and it's been played out. So, true, that arc is not as old as Rock Me Amadeus, but I'm sure some of you older people understand the reference. Some of you younger kids will not. Well, let's go with Rick Roll, all right? So that's been played out quite a bit, Rick rolling, and I expect to see Tyler Peffer in here trying to Rick roll me. I have not seen the IG-88 Vader encounter yet. Is that in the new Darth Vader comics? Because I'm not up to speed on those yet. I'm trying to find them. My local comic book store doesn't have the individual Darth Vader comics for some reason, but they get the volumes in when they make those. Yeah, that Panther, I do agree. He does have to lose to Boba Fett at least. I mean, he could survive. That's fine. Be maimed or something. You know, be knocked silly. One night in Bangkok makes a hard man crumble. Good one, Billy Bob. Thank you. Yeah. So. The return of Cad Bane's pretty important to me. I'm a huge Boba Fett fan, if you guys didn't know, which I know 90% of you do know that, because Boba Fett is my favorite character, and that's what a lot of my videos are about. I'd say at least 75% of my videos are about Boba Fett. I need new content for Boba Fett to keep talking about him, though. But Yeah, so where was I? Wow, I really got side railed that time. I lost my train of thought. Oh, it's in the comics? Okay, I'll have to check that out. I'll have to order them on Amazon or something because my comic book store doesn't have the individual Darth Vader comics. Not the new ones, at least. Uh, yeah, so I know Volume 2 is getting ready to come out soon, but I'm really trying to find the prelude in the Darth Vader comics to the War of the Bounty Hunters, and I can't find it for some reason. I can't find the Darth Vader one. I have the Doctor Aphra, the Star Wars. I have all the Bounty Hunter comics and both War of the Bounty Hunter comics, which another one's coming out here in a couple weeks. Bane can't just walk free. You know what though? Bane is not a bad guy. Cad Bane isn't a bad guy. He's as much of a bad guy as Boba Fett was in The Empire Strikes Back. He's a bounty hunter. He gets paid to do a job and he goes and does that job. He does take on a little bit more of the seedier jobs, and in that arc where Boba Fett kills him, he was I think he was trying to kill innocent people, and Boba Fett saved them. But there had to have been a reason behind it. I don't think we saw the entire arc as to why he was doing it. One thing I'd like to see them remake and finish is the whole Dark Disciple novel with Quinlan Voss and Asajj Ventress. I'd like to see that come to fruition on screen. Maybe even live action. Do a live action version of that novel. But I know they don't like making movies or series after novels and comics because they like to they don't like to spoil you. They don't like to have spoilers out there, and if it's made after that, then you already know the story, and Star Wars loves to surprise you. All loose ends must end. I hope that this whole Cad Bane versus Boba thing will be over. I do too. I'd like to see Boba Fett be able to get on with his life and get to the important stuff and stop messing with his childhood and all the hang-ups he's had in his childhood. Of course, he's always going to think about his father, Jango Fett. His father was his teacher and his mentor, and if you've read the War of the Bounty Hunter comics, you see that Boba Fett really honors his father. It was his father's ship that Zuckuss and Forlom tried to bomb. It was his father's name he used when he was fighting in the arena against that, what was that person's name? That spider lady. Lord Zyzer. Didn't they bring Prince Zyzer back in Season 7 of the Clone Wars, though? I think he was just a hologram. Maybe it was just a different Black Sun Syndicate person, but it looked a lot like Prince Zyzer. And if that was him, then maybe in the Lando series we might get to see more of him, because we know Lando's embedded with all kinds of shady types, including Crimson Dawn now. So Crimson Dawn may have incorporated the Black Sun. Yeah, I don't care to see Cad Bane in the Book of Boba Fett. I want it to move forward from all the Clone Wars arcs and Bad Batch arcs and all that stuff and be its own thing. Kind of like The Mandalorian is, how The Mandalorian's its own real thing. I think they got a little sidetracked with adding in too much fan favorites, too many cameo appearances. I think they need to get back in The Mandalorian with just being a Mandalorian. Not worrying about Jedi, not worrying about the Empire's good, but not worrying about like Bo-Katan or Ahsoka or anything like that. I know eventually it's all going to come together because these series are all twisting around each other and intertwining and all that stuff. But I hope to God that they just keep Mando as a Mando. The first season of The Mandalorian, great. Thank you for showing him as a ruthless bounty hunter. And I mean, the first episode especially, when he takes out the Quarren and the big guy that didn't speak basic, when he took them out and then captured the Mithril, I thought that was awesome. That was true Mandalorian bounty hunting right there. It was great stuff. Atomic Beast wants to know, will we see Montrose from the Legends continuity be in the Book of Boba Fett? Probably not. but I would love to. But by that time, I think Montross is dead. I think we'd have more of a chance of seeing Jodo Cast than we would Montross, or maybe even Clan Scarada. I wouldn't mind if they put him in. Well, he'd probably be dead by the Bad Batch as well, but maybe not. Ming Na Wen saying she wants Fennec Shand turn into Jedi. Oh, really? No. Yeah. Jedi and Sith, I'm getting a little tired of them. I'm not tired of them, but I just want to see other stuff in the Star Wars galaxy. It's huge. There are only 100 Jedi left at the end of the Clone Wars, and most of them got wiped out. So everybody can't be a Jedi or a Sith or anything like that. There has to be other factions. There has to be the Mandalorians. There has to be the Trandoshans or the Rhodians or something. Give me a Rhodian story over that, please. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to be quiet. I'm just reading your comments here. I got my camera up here and my computer down here. So, yeah, hopefully I get that taken care of. I'll be getting some more equipment here soon. But Atomic Beast, to go back to your comment, I've done a lot of fan fictions about Jango Fett and the True Mandalorians and Montross and Tor Vizsla and all those people. I'm hoping that some of those stories at least come to life. It'd be awesome if they took those stories. Speaking of which, anybody knows anybody at Lucasfilm, tell them to hit me up. I'll be happy to write for them. And I know how to connect characters. And DR says, Fanatic, have you heard of Fennec's new suit? This article is confusing me. It said Fennec has a new suit, then says Fennec has the same suit. Maybe they gave something away. Maybe she's going to get that orange and black Mandalorian armor that I want. I like the idea of Canute, of Dirge becoming canon again. Been a long time since I've read about him, but I like the idea. I just hope he doesn't stay around too long. A dark side creature, something super scary. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I'm excited about the Acolyte for. The Acolyte's supposed to be a dark side Sith type story from the end of the High Republic. They can cancel Rangers of the New Republic, shelf it, whatever they want to do, but please don't cancel the Acolyte. That we need a dark side story. You took it all away when you made everything Legends. Lucasfilm, please give us that story. I need it. A lot of fans need it. We want to see it happen. Even if you take the old EU, old Republic villains and Sith and all that, and put them in the High Republic, just a new time era, that's fine. Give us Revan, give us Nihilus, give us Bane, Darth Bane, Malik. Give us all those in the Acolyte at least. And if not, just have the Acolyte be a prelude to an old Republic type series. Thank you, DR. I appreciate that. I don't know how good I am, but I appreciate the sentiment. Ming-Na Wen wants to become a Jedi with orange lightsaber. Ugh. Yeah, I hope not. Papa Mike, Peter, I hope that is not the case. I'm just tired of everybody becoming force sensitive. It's getting a little old. Well, thank you, Canute. I appreciate that. I don't know if I'm a great writer. I try. I like the Star Wars characters, and I try to stay true to their characters and a little bit of what their old EU stories were and try to match it up with current canon and characters in the current canon and stuff, which, if you guys didn't notice, I am going to try to work Fen Rao into that story, developing that right now. I did have Skull Squadron in the Corta 6 invasion. So, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, get Fen Rao in there, because I really like his character, and he became a protector of Concord Dawn, so that was just great for me. And let me know if you guys are having any streaming problems, if I've got lag or anything like that. I am really going to have to run a LAN cable down to my laptop from upstairs. Yeah, so, I mean, it's been great. All the Star Wars stuff that's coming out, I can't wait. They've announced so much Star Wars stuff coming out, but right now all we're getting is the Bad Batch and comics and a couple novels. So please just get on with it. Release it. Don't announce it until it's ready to release. That makes it easier. Everybody's sitting around waiting, not watching my videos because they have nothing Star Wars to look forward to for a little while. No, DR, I will stay the channel I am now. I'm not going to become a reaction channel. Yeah, I mean, it does. Because, actually, Papa Mike, thank you for that comment. To me, there's only one Mandalorian Jedi, and that's Tara Vizsla, the creator of the Darksaber. That's the only Mandalorian Jedi to me that makes sense. Um, I, I don't want to see another one because the mystique around one Mandalorian ever being inducted into the Jedi Order is just, it's great. I mean, it's a great thing. They could even go back and do a series about Tar Vizsla or the Taung or something like that. Yeah, thanks, DR. Beskar prestige armor. You have no guts, remember? Yeah, somebody needs to tell Ming Na Wen, hey, you're overstepping your bounds. You're a Mandalorian. You're better than a Jedi. Mandalorians kill Jedi. Look at Jango Fett. Took on 6 of them at one time and beat them with his bare fists. Sorry, my throat gets a little dry when I talk a lot. Big fetties. Do we like Tar Vizsla? I do like Tar Vizsla. I like Tar Vizsla. I like all the Mandalorians, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Even Tor Vizsla and Montrose and hopefully Jodo Kast can become a Mandalorian. And hell, let's bring on in Miggs Mayfeld, make him a Mandalorian, and Cobb Vanth and Fennec Shan. Let's make them all Mandalorians because Mandalorians are cool, way cooler than Jedi. Maybe instead of a Jedi Order, we need a Mandalorian Order. Maybe we need a school with an academy to teach people how to be Mandalorians and then raise them up as little Mandalorian foundlings to Mandalorian Padawans to Mandalorian Masters. Then eventually they become the Mandalore of their clan. Yeah, exactly, DR. They were Jedi Masters and Knights. Django just beat the snot out of them. And dude beats ass for wholesale price, and business is good. Sydney 81, yes. I'd like to see Finn Rao show up in The Mandalorian as well as the Bad Batch. Because he is around during the Bad Batch. Remember, he was the leader of Skull Squadron during the Clone Wars, during the Battle of Megiddo, the first Battle of Megiddo. And he really helped the Jedi out. Now, after the Clone Wars are over, he sees the Jedi get slaughtered and all that stuff. He's probably like, okay, well, it's time to retract because I helped them and I don't want to be seen as an accomplice to terrorists or anarchists. I say Mandalorians. Grief Karga is to be in Book of Boba, like helping Boba run bounties for coming hunters wanting jobs. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I like Grief Karga. I think he's another Lando Calrissian type character where he's your friend one moment and then he's a swindler the next moment and he's turning you in, selling his mother for a bag of grapes or whatever it is he does. If you've read the prelude to the War of the Bounty Hunters comics, Lando is just that. He's always looking for a way to better himself, no matter what it means. He's even trying to sell out the rebellion and all that stuff, and trying to strike a deal with Jabba the Hutt or whoever else. No, I don't think Tar Vizsla would like Death Watch. I think they became extreme. He was a pretty peaceful guy. He was a Jedi. He was, of course, he was a Jedi, so he was a defender of peace during the Republic. And he then became the Mandalore and handed over the Darksaber to the Jedi and told them to hold on to it because he didn't need it anymore. He didn't pass it down from generation to generation, say, here, lead the people with this. No, he put it away. He had the Jedi put it away. Then some crazy Vizsla came along and said, all right, I want the Darksaber because that means I'm going to rule Mandalore. It doesn't. It was not meant to be a symbol of leadership. I'm sorry, I know a lot of people get upset when I talk about that, but it wasn't. It wasn't meant to be a symbol of leadership. It was a House Vizsla thing that they took it and made it a symbol of leadership. And it didn't go out of House Vizsla as a symbol of leadership until Maul beat Pre-Vizsla in the Clone Wars. Then it changed hands quite a few times outside of House Vizsla, and none of them were recognized as the Mandalore, except for Bo-Katan. Maul had it. He put a puppet leader in place with Prime Minister Almec and hid in the shadows controlling things because he knew he was not a Mandalore. He was, or a Mandalorian. He was not their leader. He just had to do it from behind the scenes to hide his identity. But they became wise to it and took him out. Moff Gideon never led the Mandalorian people. There were no Mandalorian people left as far as he was concerned. They were all slaughtered. He kept it as a relic and a weapon. And no Mandalorian saw him as their leader, or the Children of the Watch would have told Din Djarin about the Darksaber, and they would have told him about Moff Gideon. They didn't tell him about anything. He didn't know anything. When he ran into both of them, he was like, what is this? The Darksaber? So what? Here, Bo-Katan, you can have it. So what? It's just a weapon. I got this Beskar spear here. This thing's awesome. That's just a energy blade. Take it. Would Tar Vizsla like Revan? At first, yes, I think he would. I think Tar Vizsla would like Revan when Revan was a Jedi and trying to help the Mandalorian people. I don't think he would have liked him as a Sith, but all through after Tar Vizsla and all that, the Jedi or the Mandalorians had a problem with Jedi, even all the way back to the Tong. They had a problem with the Jedi. Any kind of Force users, really, they didn't trust them. But I think Tar Vizsla would have liked Revan. Tar Vizsla was a Jedi. Revan was a Jedi. A YouTuber I know was on a live stream with another theory YouTubers I know, and well, to be short, I got hired to edit a YouTuber's theory vids. I got layered by... Nice! Congratulations, DR. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Papa Mike, I can agree with that. Thanks, Rodney Hester. I mean, sometimes I say stuff and it doesn't make any sense to other people, but in my head it makes sense. I mean, maybe I went overboard by saying the Darksaber should be destroyed, but I don't think I did, because as long as it's around, somebody's going to vie to take it and use it as a position of power. Whether anyone's going to agree with that or they're going to see them as a person of power because they have the Darksaber, doesn't matter. There's always going to be a rogue somebody that's going to say, ooh, the legend of the Darksaber. I'm going to take it from whoever's holding on to it and kill them and say, I'm the leader of Mandalore. It's always going to happen. That's the way it's been happening, and that's the way it's going to keep happening. Even if they give it to Luke Skywalker, say, here, put it with your other collection of relics, your little compass thing, and, you know, those books made of skin or whatever they are, the Necronomicon books. Just take the Darksaber with it, and he's going to say, okay. And then somebody's going to go after Luke. Well, we all know Luke doesn't die from a Mandalorian taking the Darksaber, and we also know Luke doesn't have the Darksaber in the sequel trilogy. Hate on the sequel trilogy all you want, but you see in his little shack that he does not have a Darksaber. DR, the 2 sets, man. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming. I'm pretty sure there's going to be 2 sets of armor. Knut says, I think the Jedi and the Mandalorians was allies when Tar was Mandalorian. They were. They were for that short period. And, I mean, Tar Vizsla united the Mandalorian people. There was peace and progress and all that stuff. Then comes his death, and then comes Death Watch and ruins it all because of a Darksaber. And Peter says, I would love to see the Darksaber as a center point of the plot of the next Mandalorian season. Even if it means nothing, Bo Karen will make it a thing. I hope to see her making a heel turn. Yeah, I even like Bo-Katan. I'm not going to lie. She's a pretty cool anti-hero, anti-villain, or whatever you want to call her. And she's kind of a badass. But, yeah, hopefully she comes to her senses and realizes that what she's doing is wrong, that the Darksaber is not what everybody makes it out to be, that a true leader comes from inside, yada, 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 all that fun stuff. All that neat stuff. All the feel good, if you will. Hey, Robin, good to see you. Man, it is late in Germany, isn't it? I do appreciate you staying up late to watch my videos and chime in on the live streams. I really do. I look forward to seeing you jump in all these things. And I know I do a bad video when Robin says nothing at all. That makes sense, DR. Okay. Negative. Bo Karen. Knut, if you haven't watched all my Mandalorian season 2 breakdowns back in December, I was calling Bo-Katan Bo Karen for the longest time, just for fun, because she seemed like a Karen to me. Ooh, yeah, Knut, I forgot you're in Norway, man. It is late there, too. Ooh, that is crazy. I do appreciate it, guys. That's awesome. And, yeah, Peter, you're in Poland. I forgot about that as well. Man, you guys are insane. I'm just going to say that. You're insane. I do appreciate everything you guys do with sticking around and staying up and watching the live streams and joining in. That's great. I do appreciate it. But, man, you guys need to get some sleep. Hopefully you don't have early jobs. Good job, DR. Thank you. All right. Yeah, so as all y'all, everybody should know by now, I've talked about it 100 times. I am going to Disney World next month for a week. I do have my droid building scheduled. I was going to build a lightsaber, but it is all booked up. I have been trying since a month ago to get it scheduled, and it has been booked ever since. So I won't be building a lightsaber. I will be buying a legacy lightsaber. There's a certain yellow one that I really like. Even if you guys don't like the character, I do like her lightsaber. So I will be picking that up, and it will be hanging somewhere in my cave here. I'm not sure where yet, but I will have it hanging up in my cave. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that, Peter. That is crazy. We had some pretty bad storms last weekend on Friday. I was sitting in my buddy's RV. We were just hanging out with our families and stuff and talking and everything, and the storm just blew in. There was tornado warnings and watches all over the place, and the RV was just shaking like crazy, and a lot of people were freaking out. And I was like, look, don't leave the RV. You go out there, you have no protection at all. Even though there's very little protection in an RV, there's no protection once you leave it. And if you try to drive home, you're not going to beat a storm. You're not going to beat a tornado. They're going to catch up and they're going to get you. So just sit there and wait it out. Hopefully brace yourself if something happens. Sorry guys, I've got the hiccups a little bit. A Boba jetpack. It launches a rocket. If I buy anybody a Boba jetpack, it's going to be me. It'll get hung up on my wall over there. And I will take pictures of Boba at the parks. Hopefully they have his new armor as well as the old. And I can put them in some of my videos. Cars drowning. Seriously, the rain was so heavy that most of the things were underwater. That is insane. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're safe, though, and I hope your family's safe as well. It's scary when stuff like that happens, when Mother Nature takes off like that and just has her way with the world. It reminds us of how little we actually are and how easily it could take us away. I'm glad you're safe, though. By you? You have a family, DR. Stop that. And I have a family. I don't need more kids. I've got enough of them. Yeah, did anybody watch the Darth Vader video I did just a couple days ago? I think it's sitting at like 87 views or something right now. Let me check it out. 85. My bad. I was being a little over exuberant with that one. 85 views. People didn't like it. It was about whether or not the Inquisitors took away from Darth Vader or anything like that. I'm loving my new thumbnails that I'm making, but wow. that video really didn't get anything. Yeah, I know he probably won't wear a new painted armor. That's okay. Yeah, I saw your comment in there, DR. I appreciate that. As long as it isn't as bad as Durham. Wow, that's crazy, Peter. I remember my 21st birthday. I was in the military then. And I was like, I'm getting to a bar or pub for you overseas. I was like, I'm getting to a bar. This is my 21st birthday. A bunch of my military buddies were going to meet me down there. And a hurricane hit. I'm probably stupid, but I decided I was going to walk through this hurricane to get to a bar. And I did it. I made it to the bar. I mean, it felt like my face was being sandblasted, but I made it to the bar. And all my friends were already there, and they were like, hey, there he is, and buying me drinks and everything. And it was a great night. The windows were all boarded up. The doors were all taped up and stuff. And we were just locked in all night during a hurricane. It was a blast. What do you mean, Robin? About 90% of my current viewer base. I'm lost on that comment. Hey, thank you, Panther. I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks, Knut. I appreciate it that you did watch it. I think most of the people that join me in these live chats and the live streams and stuff like that do watch my videos, and I appreciate that. I appreciate every one of you jumping in there and watching the videos and helping me out a little bit. I just wish I could get ahead a little bit with it. Unread notifications. Drop frames. Oh, that's fine. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, once in a while I do throw in a video that isn't Mandalorian related or anything like that, and sometimes I get, I just get an itch where I want to talk about Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker or Luke Skywalker or Obi-Wan Kenobi or something like that. Hey, Allison, thank you for joining us. Have a good night. Yeah, you're right, Robin. About 90% of the people watching right now probably have seen the video, and that's cool. That's awesome. I love it. I love making the videos. It's not dumb, DR. It's just a numbers game. Really, yeah. I mean, I've got videos that have 250,000 views, and I gained maybe 2,000 subscribers off of it. I've also got videos where I've got 87 views, like this last one, where I get 0 subscribers. And I've got some that I've got 500 views where I've got 10 subscribers off of. So it's really just a numbers game. You got to catch the right people, the right time, that are feeling lucky, and they say, hey, I want to subscribe to this guy. If they don't like what you do, they're not going to subscribe to you. And that's not saying anything bad, because not everybody's going to like everything you do, and nobody's going to like everything you do. And that's fine. You're allowed to disagree with things. It's the ones that you consistently upset that are going to unsubscribe. And I've done that quite a bit lately for some reason. I don't think I've listened to Fear Factory, Peter. I might have to check that out. Yeah, it's so I've had a pretty long week. I've worked all week. I got to work tomorrow too, so I won't be able to make a video tonight for tomorrow. I haven't yet, Dr. To give you guys a little background, they've changed my department this week. I wasn't told about it until Sunday when I got to work that I was changing departments, and it's a department I've worked in before, but it's all new people working in that department. So I'm making some changes in the department, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I know the changes I'm making have worked in the past, but it's taking a little bit of time to implement. So I'm really putting a lot of energy into this department. So I haven't been able to really get on and watch many videos lately. I may catch a Star Wars Meg on my way to work, or a Black Jedi on my way home from work. Oh, I do like metal, actually, Peter. I like all kinds of music, really. I love like early '90s, late '80s metal, like Slayer and Anthrax and Iron Maiden and stuff like that. But I also like some hip hop. I also like some country music, and um, very little pop. Usually '80s pop I like some of, like Duran Duran, or Pet Shop Boys, or um, Depeche Mode. I like that kind of stuff. Yeah, so one thing I wanted to talk about in this live stream is, if you guys know any YouTubers personally that would like to join in and do these live streams with me, I'm all on board. Um, I'm I'd love to do one. I'd love to do like a co-host type thing. I've reached out to a couple YouTubers, but haven't really heard anything back from them. Star Wars Corner at one time was interested in doing it, but I think he stopped making videos for a little while due to some personal issues. I don't know what they are, so please don't ask. Um, and I've reached out to other ones like Element 7, and I even reached out to Urban Acolyte at one point when I first started doing this, but that didn't go over well. He didn't even read my message. Oh well. Um, but yeah, if you guys know any of the other YouTubers, I'd love to have them sometime. Like a Black Jedi, I'd love to have one with a Black Jedi. That dude just seems fun. Uh, Even if I don't agree with everything he says, he's not going to agree with everything I say either. I'd just love to do a video with him. I think he's pretty cool. He's got some pretty cool videos. I just recently discovered him over the past few weeks or a month or something. Um, so yeah, I'm all down with it. Not that I don't enjoy interacting with you guys. I'd still keep doing that during those live streams. I just It'd be easier if I had somebody else to bounce ideas off of face to face that could bounce their ideas off me as well. I love the ideas you guys give me, and I use some of those ideas regularly. Um, but I'd like to hear a voice, speak to a voice, so I can shut up for a minute. That's honestly what it is. So I can shut up for a minute and actually listen to somebody else talk while we're doing these live streams. Okay, yeah, that'd be great, Dr. Thank you, thank you. And I'm really not trying to pilfer you guys to peddle my wares or anything like that. I just, if you know anybody, just mention it. If they're not interested, they're not interested. That's fine. Um, I I enjoy making the videos myself as well. Dr. The problem with that, Dr. is that I'd have to change some of my settings for my videos, and that would take away some of my monetization. Yeah, I think so too, Peter. Um, yeah, it's a slow season for Star Wars, and I think once December hits, I think a lot's going to blow up. I mean, especially with the book of Boba Fett coming out. I mean, come on, guys, how many videos about Boba Fett do I have? YouTube's going to suggest something to these Boba Fett fans of this series, and then after that, we're going to start getting more series in a row rather than this lull. Well, the Bad Batch doesn't make it a lull, but not everybody watches the animated stuff. Everybody wants live action, and that's fine. Yeah, Star Wars Meg, but I don't think she does live streams other than on her Patreon and for members only. I think that's the only time she does live streams. Um, yeah, I'd get into it with her. Not like that. I didn't mean anything like that. I meant I'd do a video with her. Ugh. I would do a live stream with her. I need to shut up. It's been a long day. I promise, guys, I am not that type of person. I am a happily married dude. Anyways, I was talking about my videos. I was hoping somebody'd catch some of the jokes I was doing it in the Darth Vader one, like red shirt number 1, red shirt number 5, making fun of the Star Trek red shirts that were not meant to last past beaming down to a certain planet. Um, there's a couple jokes I threw in there. I guess I just have too many dad jokes or something. Please don't make a meme and post that on the internet, Dr. You're going to make me look horrible. Yeah, Knut, I will be doing that. That's something I was thinking about on my way to work today. I was like, I haven't done a members only stream in a while. I need to get back with that. Yes, Peter, thank you. Give Fennec and Cobb Vance some armor so we can go home and die happy. That is one of our theories on this channel, anyway, is that Cobb Vanth and Fennec Shan will become Mandalorians, as well as Migs Mayfeld. He's got to. He's got it. He's got a code. He has a code he works by. It wouldn't take much to put him into the Rizzle Nari. So I think it would be great. Red shirts versus stormtroopers. I don't know. Red shirts usually don't get a shot off, and then stormtroopers miss all their shots. Maybe the red shirts will just die of heart attack when they see the stormtroopers. Oh, did they? That'd be crazy. I might have to check that out, Robin. Thanks for pointing that out. It would be funny. Yeah, I'm all about making fun of Star Trek, mostly because my wife loves Star Trek. So I have been watching some Star Trek. Well, not lately, but I had watched some. We started watching the original series, and there's this one guy in one of the episodes, one of the early episodes with William Shatner and all them. They pick up this kid who's I think he's like a 17-year-old boy or something, and his superpower is a death stare. And that makes that sound too, and then people die or disappear. That's what they do. They disappear. And I was losing my mind over it. I was making fun of it so bad. It was good stuff. My wife was laughing as well. It was just funny. I might have to put that on tonight too, right before I doze off, just to watch some more of the goofy old '60s Star Trek series. Death stare. Yeah, it was like, and the people would just disappear. He had this crush on this one blonde lady. I forget her name in the series. He had a crush on her, and then she turned him down and told him, look, you can't just touch people and talk to them the way you do. You can't slap them on the butt and say good job. So he got upset by it, and he gone. Hey, Zlatan, good to see you. Thanks for joining. You're missing all the goofy stuff now. I've made it through the meat of the video. Another meme frame. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. It's fun doing these. I don't always have to talk about just Star Wars with you guys. It's fun just talking around. Yeah, you are here, but you're coming in at the end of it. I got about 10 minutes left, Zlatan, so you're not too late. It's all good. Don't leave. Please don't leave. Please. Yeah, what I was talking about, Zlatan, was Cad Bane, whether or not this episode last week was a foreshadowing of what's going to happen between him and Boba Fett, or if Boba Fett's even going to show up in the Bad Batch, or honestly, I have another thought, that Fennec Shand isn't even working for the Kaminoans, that she may be with Boba Fett trying to protect Omega and taking her away from the Bad Batch, who are warriors and don't understand how to take care of kids. Taking them away from them might be the safest thing to do. Instead of using a diplomatic solution to take her away from the Bad Batch, she just steals her and tries to take off with her. But that might be the only way to get through to her, because Omega was given the option to go with what was his name, Cutter, and his family, but she chose to stay with the Bad Batch. So maybe she doesn't make the right choices, and maybe Fennec Shand knows that and took off with her, and they're going to try to protect her and maybe even raise her as a clone of Orla Fett. I don't know. That's my theory anyway. It's okay, sad Stormtrooper. I'm still here. We're still talking about stuff. I was doing the Star Trek death stare for a moment. And then I stopped. Yeah, I really do hope Boba Fett shows up. Of course I do. I'm a huge Boba Fett fan. Papa Mike, thank you. Yeah, you guys all know I'm a huge Boba Fett fan. I love everything Star Wars. Don't get me wrong. I do. I've got it all over my room here. It's not just Boba Fett paraphernalia. It's everything. This is true, Robin. I hope he does show up. I hope he shows up in everything Star Wars. I think a cameo from Boba Fett in everything Star Wars would be awesome. Even the High Republic, why not? Let's have some kind of world between worlds where Boba Fett stumbles into it and pops up in the High Republic and, hey dudes, and then runs off. We'll be like, wow, there's Boba Fett, the High Republic, cool. And then everybody will be interested again. Yeah, we are big Fetties. DR, who said that? I can't remember who said that. I think they unsubscribed to me, though, after my comment back to them and stuff. I can't remember. Yes, we are all huge Boba Fett fans. All right, Papa Mike says, by the way, I have a huge thing in my mind. Do you remember that Kurt Russell was planned to be Han Solo? Yes, I remember that. Can you imagine him being Boba Fett? No, not at all. Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. I kind of see Boba Fett as more of, kind of like Din Djarin was meant to be the man with no face, or the man with no name, or whatever it was called, the man with no face, or the other Japanese Western or samurai show. Anyways, I lost train of thought, but I don't know. Kurt Russell just seems more of a, even his snake persona seems more of a I don't know, like a backwoodsman, like a lumberjack with one eye. There you go. How about that? You had the Boba Fett action figure, Billy Bob. You talking about the original one, or one with the shooting jetpack? I can't keep up with all of those. There's a J slot, a U slot, a V slot, a C slot, a Q slot. I don't know. I had an original Boba Fett figure, but it didn't have the shooting jetpack. I remember that. And like an idiot, I shot it with a BB gun. A man with no name with a name. That's right. Kind of like, I know Din Djarin was meant to fill in that role, but I mean, if you see the concept art, they drew Boba Fett in to the Mandalorian concept art. I don't know if he was actually meant to be in the Mandalorian, but I think Din Djarin was a better choice for that character because of the man with no name, and the Samurai and Cub. I forget what the actual story was called on that. Oh man, why is it slipping my mind so bad? That's between hammer and sickle, but in the end, he plays off both of them. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Which is a reference to Soviet Russia at the time. Call me Boba. I haven't tried to do my Boba Fett or Tamir Morrison impersonation in a while. Mr. Action Man. I want that as a ringtone. I need to do that. I'm Mr. Action Man. Every time somebody texts me, I'm Mr. Action Man. About the man with no face. It reminds me a lot of the comics when Boba talks to Dengar. This is my face. I always like the quote. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm interested to see how the Dengar stuff goes now with the Bounty Hunter series and the War of the Bounty Hunter series. I know he's teamed up with Valance, not by choice, but just because of convenience. I don't really like Valance all that much. I need to read more about him because somewhere I've missed something somewhere on this character, because now somehow he's friends with Han Solo, and that confuses me. I need to go back and read again, I guess. All right. All right, DR. Um, yeah, so, oh, what time is it? Oh, wow, it's almost time. So like I said before, if you guys know any other YouTubers that would like to do live streams with me, of course they won't be all as goofy as this when I'm really tired, so I'm kind of slap happy and I'm just being goofy. And it's just been kind of crazy. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I would love to join in with another YouTuber and do a live stream. I do have some more equipment that says it was delivered today, but I did not see it on my porch. I do have cameras, so if someone stole my equipment, I will find out who they are posthumously. But anyways, I'd love to join in with another YouTuber and do something like with Element 7 or Black Jedi or Star Wars Mag or Star Wars Coffee or any of them, really. I mean, even Star Wars HQ. That'd be fun. Join in with Robbie sometime. I don't know him. I don't know any of these people, but I'd love to meet them. I'd love to do something with them. But if they're not interested, they're not interested. That's fine. I do have other people who are interested, and I need to get back with them. They're smaller channels than my own, but that's okay. I don't mind that. I just like interacting with people. So even collaborations, I'll do those. They're fun, I've heard. Yep, 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 yep. That's what you're talking about, right, Peter? Yep, 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 yep. I remember them. Yeah, but anyways, Hey, everybody, I do have to get going. I would like to spend some time with my wife tonight before it is time for me to hit the sack. Um, and I do have to work tomorrow again. And I will see you guys Saturday for the live stream at 11 o'clock. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications to stay up to date on all my Boba Fett, Mandalorian, Star Wars, Darth Vader, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars content. Go ahead and roll over and hit that like button. Help the video out a little bit. Show your love for what I do here and the work I put into each video. Admittedly, the live streams aren't as much work as the other ones. I don't have to edit this. Maybe one day I'll figure out how to put two screens up so you guys can watch a video while I'm talking, or video over me and stuff like that. Once I become tech savvy and I'm able to do that, but the only way to do that is learn it while streaming. And I really don't want to take that chance of losing it. Yip, 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 yip. And yes, of course, LFC and Star Wars Knut. Thank you for that. Everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you so much. And remember, this is the way, the only way. If I can